Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aries collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up though, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Aries? Yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which I always find intriguing. But let's get it going here. What's up with Aries, please? And thank you. Usually this first card pops out really quick. It's a nice little temperature vibe check. Okay, so we do have the Fool card. This could easily represent you here, Aries. And I'll explain all the different layers of this card because it is an oracle deck after all. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading, enough of the promo, have a little look here at this card. So I do call this the Fool. In this oracle deck, it literally has Fool cards along the bottom, so we think of those similar archetypes. Now, if you're into watching tarot readings, you would know that the Fool represents Aries, so it is the protagonist that can speak about new things, new cycles, new adventures, always good, very optimistic and jovial. There is a little warning with every Fool card, but since this is an Aries reading, this could be extra important this week. It could speak about anything revolving around self-confidence, issues within oneself. So those things might be bubbling up to the surface in one way or another. Now, I do know personally, Aries is generally an extremely confident sign, but there might be little checks to your confidence in this time. But it could just be all those really nice things like I spoke about, the good things, new journeys, jovial. Just try not to be too spontaneous when we have the Fool card leading off. But we're going to get into tarot now. Let's shuffle it up. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get that intuitive, juicy stuff. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's see what we have for you this week. So last week's reading was really nice. It was titled An Exciting Victory. The week before that was An Explosive Win. So it did seem like the energy around Aries Collective was swinging in an optimistic fashion, which is nice. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. You know, the energies are never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you. Okay, because we could be looking at your energy or someone you're linked to. I always like to give that little caveat. Let's get 3 for Aries. Okay, action. Yeah, there it is. I mean, these cards really, they throw me for a loop like every week. We have the Fool card leading off in position number 1. So we're getting a double dose of this Fool energy, which can be good. It could be exciting, but we really want to see what that's about, especially since it's in an Aries reading and it's showing up so often. We're using the Wonderland Tarot, which I really think is gorgeous. But let's see what we got here. Okay, we have the High Priestess. We also have the Moon here, so we're going to have some mystery to look at. This is very etheric as well. Interesting. I'm getting interesting vibes off this, Aries, but let's put the Moon over here on the backside. We have Piscean energy, we have mystery energy, all sorts of good stuff. But let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes before we get that juicy, intuitive stuff. So position number 1, the Fool card, just like I was speaking about with this very first card, could represent something coming towards you in my simplistic style of reading, something you might be feeling. Generally, an optimistic card could be new journeys, bounding off in a new direction, usually very lighthearted and nice. I like when we get a Fool card in a reading, okay? Now, yes, we do have those possible warnings about spontaneity, doing things without thinking it through, because generally on a Fool card, you see them like they're about to walk off a damn cliff. So make sure you don't do anything too spontaneous in this time. We really want to clarify it, especially since it's an Aries reading. Now, as we press over in this spread, we have the High Priestess right in the center. Now, I like her. She's a very positive card to me. She is the matron of psychics, intuitives, what you might be feeling on the inside. So when we see her, we do think of things that we enjoy in the spiritual sense, like tarot and psychic gifts, the dream state. We get a double dose of this energy with the Moon right next to it. Now, with the High Priestess, I always say, watch your intuition on this time. Your empathy might be taking on the vibes of others. So you might want to protect yourself energetically, but you might be feeling something deep down when we have this High Priestess card. And it is water sign energy. So think Cancerian, think Piscean. we're getting a double dose of that as well. So this is really intriguing. We're going to want to see what it's about, whether it's your intuition trying to tell you something, your gut trying to tell you something, or that little veil of mystery, because I always say the High Priestess is a little mysterious in her ways. But as we press forward through the reading, we have the moon right on the back, another Piscean type of energy. So Pisces, sometimes Cancerian. This is my biggest card of mystery, the unknown, the unseen, the unexpected. So we're really going to want to dig deeper into a lot of these cards, because there could be a lot of things shrouded, a lot of unknowns, a lot of unseen type of vibes. But watch your dream states in this time, specifically if you're sensitive, if you're energy sensitive. With this and the High Priestess, I don't want to say like the alarms are going off, but listen to your gut in this time. If your intuition's telling you to do something or trying to pull you in a specific direction, I would listen to it. But we could just be looking at situations that have mystery, the unexpected, the surprising. Hopefully it's going to turn out for the best. But let's put the moon right over here. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aries, so let's do that. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, so we're going to get another good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's going on, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Aries here with all this mystery? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with the Fool. If you're a tarot reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aries, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. Won't be stepping on my toes. Okay, Fool card. Why is it here for Aries? Why is the Fool here? Thank you. I really like this deck. All right, Nine of Swords. Yeah, someone who's really nervous about the unknown or stressing about what the next step is. A lot of you might feel like you have something really big, like right on the precipice, or something that's like right down the line. The Nine of Swords is an energy of stress as well. So there could be somebody around you. Like if this isn't your energy, it could be someone you're very close to that's like really high strung, stressed, nervous about what you might do. Okay, I'm feeling stress or just a high-strung energy about a situation. So maybe someone's like wondering, like, all right, how are they going to react? What are they going to do? This is an energy of sleeplessness. We have a lot of energy of sleep, the etheric. So this is feeling a bit nervous. Now, for some of you, there could be something big, like right on the precipice here. Coming in hot, coming in quick. The unknown is reigning strong here, but I would try your best not to get too wound up about it. Don't get too nervous. Don't get too high strung. I know that's easier said than done, but with the Nine of Swords, either someone is nervous about you or you might just be having issues either sleeping or in that realm. I don't want to speak on it too much, okay? I'm not going to just keep piling on this message. It is what it is. But yeah, if you're in the new stages, early stages of something, like there could be some nervousness attached to it or tied to it. Let's see what's going on with this High Priestess, though. Let's not get too stuck up there. So why is the High Priestess here for Aries? Definitely a different vibe than we were getting last week. It's the High Priestess here. All right, thank you. Okay, we do have the Five of Wands here. This can be a card of conflict sometimes when I see it. Now, going along with the water, the Five of Wands, yes, it could be like internal. So your guides, your intuition might be pulling you in separate directions. I feel like a lot of you could be extremely hot and cold about things, like feeling one way, then feeling another, up and down. Like this is an emotional tug of war I'm possibly feeling here. So I would say in the coming days and weeks, there might be a lot of ups and downs, okay? Calm, nervousness, smooth times, rough times. There could be some bumps in the road, but it's all good. I'm not feeling anything treacherous here. But this is a little conflicted on the intuition side. Now, I do feel like this makes that moon card on the back end even more important to this spread. But yeah, when I see this, it's somebody with conflicted feelings. So it could also be an emotional battle, like somebody who's having an emotional battle within themselves. Not saying it's you, but there is the possibility for that. And I want to see what's going on with that moon card. Yeah, emotional battle. Once again, I'm not going to overcomplicate the messages. You know I like to keep it simple. Let's put the Five of Wands down here, especially next to the Nine of Swords. Yeah, hopefully you're not going through stressful situations or issues here. That's possible. But let's see what's up with the moon. I don't want to really speak on it too much more. And then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card, of course. So what is going on here? Why is the moon here for Aries? Why is the moon here? Thank you. Okay, yeah, something is coming in. Now, I don't necessarily feel like this is bad. We have judgment, so some of you might feel like you need to make a judgment call or decide on something like, all right, what am I going to do here? It's time to actually make a choice, make a decision. But judgment is a big part of action, change. So some of you might be going through unexpected transformations or changes here, like ones that you don't possibly see coming, and that's okay. Life always has that little air of mystery. But the surprising possible shifting here, because judgment is, aside from making literal judgments, it's Plutonian, it's change-based, and it's transformative. So a lot of you might have some sort of big transformation right on the horizon. And I've been feeling that since the very beginning. There's a lot of big change here. There's a lot of transformation here, okay? Especially in early December. So do it that way you will. And it could just be something you don't quite see. Maybe something's going to happen, a situation's going to happen, and it'll change you in a way. And I'm not saying that to make you nervous or be a fear monger, but it's unforeseen. It might change you in ways that you don't quite expect or see, unless it's just situations or issues, like unexpected ones popping up, because we have this big mystery here. Let's go through. I'll give you a quick recap before we get into the shadow card, of course. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Fool card with the 9 of Swords. Now, these cards are gorgeous, but the energy I'm feeling right here in the front is very high strung. So some of you could be very anxious, a little more wound tight than usual. This is an energy of nervousness. So whether it's situations, whether it's a person that might be stressing about what you're going to do, what your action is going to be, that is possible here. Pressing forward, we have the High Priestess with the 5 of Wands. Yeah, this is a lot of ups and downs, all right? This is a bit of turmoil, possible emotional battles, like feeling one way 1 second, feeling another the next, very much up and down. So your intuition could be tugging you in a lot of different ways. But as we press to the back, we have the Moon card with Judgment. This is extremely powerful. It's change-based, it's transformation-based. So there could be a lot of unexpected or surprising changes, shifts, transformations right on the horizon that could be coming in for you for sure. Now, yes, it could be tied to certain situations or issues, whether it is all the stuff I was talking about earlier, but I would expect the unexpected for sure in the coming days and weeks. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here, my friends, just to put a cherry on top of this spread. So let's shuffle it up one time for Aries, my guides. Totally different energy than we're getting the last couple of weeks, I'll say that. But yeah, I'm using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion, which is a fun deck to use, fun deck to play with. Let's see what we got for Aries. Just know, like, you might want to do some energetic protection. There could be energies like that you really need to cleanse or ground away. And I was feeling that very early in the spread too, with the High Priestess, with the Moon. Thank you. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups here showing up in the shadows. And when I see this, it's usually a card of happiness, usually a card of abundance, right? It can also be about completions, happy endings, things of that sort. But when I see the 10 of Cups in the shadows, it is a couple of different warnings. One, don't count your chickens before they hatch. If something feels like it's a win, like it's wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow that you got it locked, just wait until something completes before you can say it's a win. However, yeah, beware of overconfidence in this time. When I see the 10 of Cups in the shadows, there is a little caution from Spirit about overindulgences of any kind. So whether that's over drinking, over partying, overeating, you want to try to stay temperate in this time when the 10 of Cups shows up. For some of you, it could be issues from the past that are in regards to that, but I would also watch your balance of optimism, pessimism here, especially with the emotional battle we possibly saw in the spread. But yeah, please, if you want to look into that further, you can, Aries, but don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after the Fire Air readings this week. But for December, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. This is the deck I used in this week's reading. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card makes you happiest when you see it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of December, I will put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.